What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the NCAA Football 06 Montana State Bobcat Dynasty. And in today's video, we are going to be jumping into the Season 6 off-season. These seasons go by so quickly, but you know, that's just how it is sometimes. So yeah, today we're jumping into the off-season. We just, witnessed the national title game. I'm actually recording this right after I'm recording that. But a very low-scoring defensive battle there, 10-7. And then after the game, I got a 4-year extension with Montana State, or Coach Choate did, I should say. He got some offers to go other places. No, this series is about the Bobcats, so we're going to be staying here in Montana State. And yeah, at least 4 more years to his contract, I guess, and whatnot. But without further ado, let's jump into the off-season. Okay, so for the school budget, I'm just going to keep it as is based on the advice I got 2 seasons ago when we did the year 4 off-season. I got a comment telling me if I get 6 or more wins, I should have it be 40, 30, 30, as you see there. And if I get 10 or more wins, it should be 35, 35, 30. Maybe that's bad advice. I don't know. I'm trusting you guys in the comments there. I'm not the most familiar with this game, but yeah, I'm just going to leave the recruiting, or the school budget, I should say, as is. Okay, and now looking at the players leaving, as you can see here, we have 2 players that are going to be headed to the NFL, and I am going to let them go. I got a comment a couple videos ago when actually it was the one where Troy Anderson was going to go to the draft, ended up not, and we kept him around for another year, and then he ended up not going to the draft. So I felt kind of bad holding him back because he didn't have the best senior season. So I got a comment on that video telling me I should probably let people who want to go to the NFL move on, bring in some new fresh faces and whatnot. So that is what I'm going to be doing here with Adam Bushing and Mike Anderson. They're both junior tackles. Both of them only played 2 years, or he only played 2 years for us. They both only played 2 years, but they both were very good for us. Taking a look at the awards here, Adam Bushing, he got the first team All-American and All-Big Sky. And then Mike Anderson, he played phenomenally here. In 2007, he was the freshman All-American there, and he also was second team All-American as a freshman. In 2007, first team All-Big Sky. Same in 2009, where he also won first team All-American and the best O-lineman. So just some, we ended up recruiting 2 really good tackles that are definitely going to be hard to replace. We're also going to be losing our right guard. He was a senior redshirt. Looks like he only ended up playing 1 year with us. Jerome Turner from Colstrip, Montana here. So losing one of our more local guys. But he was second team All-Big Sky this past year. He had a pretty solid season. He didn't give up a single sack and got 11 pancakes, which is pretty decent. But O-line's definitely going to be a point that we're going to need to focus on in today's video. Lamont Russell is going to be leaving us as well. He spent a couple years here. He's a senior now. He did start, I believe, his first year in Montana State, and then the next year he was second string. And then with us bringing on Marquez Randolph in the last offseason, he did not see very much playing time this year. A 68 overall. And he just didn't really do a whole lot. He was fine for us, though. Chad Green, another player who I did not realize would be graduating, the outside linebacker, put up a decent senior season with 3 sacks, a couple passes deflected. Another senior linebacker here, Bryant Scott, he had himself a sack. Another lower-rated player, he is a 70 overall. Kevin Jones is a walk-on wide receiver. He was a walk-on wide receiver as a freshman, but he's going to be moving on now. I remember when he was with us, or when he started his career with us, he was one of the lower-ranked receivers. He worked his way up to being one of the starters. Chris Pierre, our fullback, we're going to be losing him. He got 1 touchdown in his time with us. Gerard Anderson is also a senior, someone else who I did not know was a senior. He had 3 interceptions last year. Arthur O'Connor, he also walked on back in Season 2. We had a lot of walk-ons in Season 2 because I didn't really recruit too many guys. I'm a little bit better at recruiting now, but a really good linebacker who walked on. He's up to an 80 overall. We're going to take a quick look at his stats. He had 10 sacks for us, 3 interceptions. I don't know why it's not showing his 2006 season, why all these guys are only showing 3 years, but he did play 4 years for us. He had 2 interceptions as a freshman, I remember. Eric Dotson, very similar to Kevin Jones, was a walk-on. He didn't really play at all his freshman year, but because I really liked Kevin Jones more than him, but Eric Dotson ended up being the better player, and his last year was his best with 768 receiving yards and 8 receiving touchdowns. Seth Cobb was the first big-name player we brought here to Montana State, as we got him during the in-season recruiting. Going into Season 2, he had 6 total interceptions here. Once again, it's not showing his freshman year for some reason. He had a couple of pick sixes. He wasn't like the lockdown corner that I wanted him to be, but, not bad at all. And then finally, we're going to be losing Deshaun Ralph, who played really good for us, especially his junior year. His senior year, he was really good for about the first half of the year. He kind of fell off the second half for some reason, but he still had 15 rushing touchdowns. He also had about 400 rushing yards as a freshman. Maybe if he had played all 4 years, he could be headed to the draft. I don't know. He's a pretty talented guy. I could see him, in a sense, going to the NFL as some kind of a punt return man, as he won that award twice in college, but that does not look like that's going to be the route that he is going to be headed. Okay, so this is something new to the series that I have yet to see. We got a couple of incoming transfers. We got Jackson, a middle linebacker coming from Nebraska, and then Freeman, a strong safety from Oregon State. We already do have a good middle linebacker, but you know what? One of them can maybe move to outside linebacker or something. And then, of course, we need pretty much every kind of defensive back right now, seeing as our 2 best corners graduated and our 2 safeties kind of stink. So I guess we're going to be accepting them. So it looks like Jason Freeman is a 76 overall, so that will definitely be good for us. He is a junior, so he's got at least 1 more year with us, assuming he doesn't declare for the draft. Then he'll have 2 years. Let's see. Look at some of his stats. He has an interception, but it doesn't look like he had a ton of playing time. And now looking at William Jackson, he is a 78 overall. I still think Marquez Randolph will probably be playing at this middle linebacker position. I really do like him. But William Jackson, another guy who didn't get a ton of playing time. I guess that's why they're transferring. But he should be good for our defense. Well, I accidentally simulated past the last week of recruiting and whatnot, just the page where it shows like which guys I was going after and whatnot, so it's not like I just sim past the entire recruiting phase, but so I'm going to have to show you guys in a less fancy way, I guess, the guys I recruited. There were 2 wide receivers, because wide receiver was one of the main positions I was trying to recruit, that both ended up going to San Diego State. So we're probably going to be playing them this season, or maybe next we can play against those guys. I mean, they took our receivers that we were going after, so we kind of want to stick it to them. We did not recruit any quarterbacks. It looks like we did have someone walk on here. Larry Stevens walk on. Oh no, we recruited him. That's right. But he is going to be redshirting. Adriano, he's going to be our feature back. I guess we're just kind of taking a look at our roster, essentially. It is position change time. Jake Munoz is our best receiver. And then, I didn't end up getting any receivers whatsoever, despite that being a big position of need. Nate Charles, I guess, is going to get more playing time now. And looks like Lester, was he with us last year? No, he was not. And then Martin Anderson. So a couple of walk-ons that are going to be getting some playing time. I mean, we've had good walk-ons in the past, but you maybe don't want to depend on that. Tight end stayed the same. Offensive line, I went after tackles and guards. And guess what? I got none of them. I went after like 2-star guys, and they opted to go elsewhere. So our offensive line definitely took a hit. We did get Dante Washington during the in-season recruiting, though. So that is good for us. And then, of course, Coravara and John O'Brien at the defensive end position. Ryan Adkins, he's going to be back for another year. And then Nick Brown's probably going to be, he might even be our starting defensive tackle. I don't know. We got him in the in-season recruiting 2 years ago, and then we redshirted him. And so just for development, I guess, and whatnot. James Green is one of the players I managed to get, so he's going to be somewhere at outside linebacker along with Max Lloyd. And of course, we've got these two middle linebackers, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do there. Maybe I'll run more of a 3-4 front. Looking at our secondary, we didn't really do great replacing Gerard Anderson and Seth Cobb. Jed Torrey, I mean, yeah, he was first-team Big Sky, but that was because we sent him on those nickel cornerback blitzes, and he was able to get 7 sacks off of those this past year. He's not going to be getting those this season, as he's going to be, out there as a number 1 cornerback. Chris Bonner is a solid corner from the little bit of playing time that he's had. Maybe that will work out. Brock Eugene, I believe he is the other player I was able to get during the off-season recruiting here, and he will probably just start playing. No redshirting for him. And then Tim Hughes and Blake Allen, of course, they were already on the team. Looks like Thomas Spicer is going to be sticking around for another year, as I could not get any free safety really to come here. And then Jason Freeman, thank goodness he transferred. Maybe I'll move Josh Powell to the other safety position there, because he is at least like a 68 overall. It's almost that's 9 overall better than Thomas Spicer. And then kicker is the same, as is punter. Whoa, okay, so we did get a couple of athletes, or a couple of other recruits that didn't show me for some reason. We got a couple of athletes here. We got to determine their positions. Let's see. What are their attributes? This guy is 6'7". So my first thought was like wide receiver, can jump up and catch it, but I think he's more of maybe like a defensive end or something. Maybe he could play tackle. I don't know. Let's just take a look through here. Or the quarterback obviously would be very good. He'd be a 68 overall fullback. Okay. He can make an okay lineman. Looks like he's more built for the defensive line. If that's the case, then we'll likely redshirt him, because O'Brien and Rivera are both good defensive ends there. And we're definitely not going to put him into the secondary with that kind of stuff. I'm kind of tempted to move him to one of these offensive lineman positions, but he seems to be just more built as a defensive end. So I'm just going to put him there for now at least, and then the plan, I guess, for now is to redshirt him. And then what are we going to do with Isaac? He's a 72 overall at the quarterback position. That's interesting. He's got 85 throw power and 80 throw accuracy, but we don't really need a quarterback at the moment. Any other positions he could play? He's not quite the same as Mario there. He could play corner if we needed him to. What's his speed looking like? Only 74 speed. I mean, we don't need a quarterback, honestly, unless Larry Stevens turns out to be trash, but I have high hopes for him. Dude, why were you just listed as a quarterback, honestly? Maybe we could just throw him in at corner, and we could always, at corner, move him to quarterback, I guess? I don't know. Just put him there for now, at least. Okay, looking at some training results, this is nice to see here. Thomas Spencer goes up 6 overall points from a 59 up to a 65. Maybe he will retain his position there as the starting free safety. Jordan Jones, a freshman linebacker that we recruited, he gets a little bit of a breakthrough there, it looks like. 6 overall points for the freshman linebacker. How many linebackers do we have on our team? Maybe we have more than I thought. I don't know. John Spencer, he's going to go up 4 points to make him an 80 overall. John O'Brien is going to go up. You got Little the center. Harry Williams goes up 4 points. That's nice. Will Johnson, who's now going to be our starting fullback, he goes up 3, as does our punter, Jesse Lester. Nice to see him go up, as he's going to be getting more snaps and whatnot. Chris Harris goes up 3 points in case we need a third-string quarterback to have to come into the game, I guess. Oliver goes up 3. Guy Gore's going to go up. That's good to see, as we definitely need help on the offensive line. This left end is going to go up 3. Tight end goes up. Center, Franklin, who hasn't I don't think gotten any snaps for us whatsoever. He goes from a 56 to a 59, so I guess that's an improvement. Corey Rivara is already one of the best players on the team. He goes up 2 points. Michael Ryan goes up a couple. Adriano, Jackson, Randolph, Freeman, Adkins, just quickly going through here. I think everyone got some kind of an upgrade. Well, no, not quite, but a lot of the players on the team got better. So going into this season, John Spencer will be the starting quarterback with Matt Ransom backing him up. Larry Stevens is going to be redshirting his first year here. Adriano is going to be the starter, and Brown and Greco, who's coming off of a redshirt season for now his senior year, are going to be, I guess, more or less splitting carries behind him as backups there. Will Johnson is starting fullback. Jake Munoz is really good in the slot, so that's where I'm going to put him. And then I guess I'll put Doolin as the number 1, and then Charles as number 2. Charles only had 1 catch last year. Gerard Doolin, he played okay, but we definitely need some help at the wide receiver position. I'd love to get Michael Ryan more involved, as now he's an 82 overall, which is one of the best overalls on the team. If he can just, get better at catching, I'll trust him more. At left tackle here, Tom Smith is going to be starting. Man, I don't know who to put where. Okay, so Dante Washington is going to be playing left tackle. Guy Gore playing left guard. Hakeem Little playing center. Kevin Green playing right guard. And then Marlon Thompson playing right tackle. That's an okay offensive line right there, if I do say so myself. Not great, but it's okay. Korovara and John O'Brien at their respective defensive end positions. For starter, I'll put Atkins there, and then Nick Brown, just because, he's someone who has a high potential, in my opinion at least. Put him there, and then Peterson can be third, Mixon fourth. We got a fair amount of defensive tackles on this team. Outside linebacker, why would we put Joseph out there with all the great linebackers that we have on this team? We're not putting Joseph out there. I'm thinking at left outside linebacker, we put James Green out there. Yeah, you liking that? I like that. Okay, James Green's at right outside linebacker. So at left outside linebacker, we'll put Max Lloyd. Middle linebacker, Randolph is going to get the starting position here. Okay, William Jackson. I forgot that you can't play players in their first year of transferring. That means our safeties are going to suck again because we don't have any good safeties. Dang it. I forgot about that. Well, that's going to make this season a little bit more interesting. Jed Torrey is going to be our starting corner. Josh Powell, because Freeman can't play. Okay, so a couple last things before we jump into the true beginning, I guess, of year number 6. First off, redshirting players. Larry Stevens, we're going to be redshirting him. That's been the plan the whole time. So John Spencer, this is his senior season. He's going to graduate, as is Matt Ransom and Chris Harris. So that's 3 quarterbacks that are going to be leaving, but obviously Ransom and Harris, they're both backups. John Spencer is going to play this season, and then next year we're going to be rocking with Larry Stevens at quarterback. Looking at other positions, Mario Harris, we decided we're going to be redshirting him this season. He's a 74 overall, especially with John O'Brien and Corey Rivera both being seniors. That way maybe we can get him to be a little bit of a head start, I guess, when they both inevitably leave after this year. And then William Jackson, I figured, I guess, logically, I guess I should redshirt him if he's just going to be sitting out the year. Maybe that's something I shouldn't do. As I've stated before, I'm not the most familiar with college football, but we're going to be redshirting him. Hopefully that's not some terrible mistake that I'm completely unaware of. And then we're also going to be redshirting Isaac Wiltshire here, as he is our bottom-rated cornerback. That was the athlete that we got. And yeah, that's going to be it. We can't redshirt Jason Freeman here, as he already has been. Okay, for our schedule this upcoming season, our 4 out-of-conference games are going to be our home opener, not our home opener, but just our season opener at Duke. Then we have our home opener against San Diego State. Then we're going to be at currently ranked number 15 Florida before hosting FIU, and then kicking off into conference play. If you've been watching this series for very long now, you're probably pretty familiar with the way that our in-conference scheduling is. It just alternates who's home and who's away every season. But yeah, if you have any requests for season 7, I know this is kind of early, but if there's any games you want me, or any teams you want me to play against come next year, the next off season and whatnot, that you want me to schedule, let me know in the comments. I've been meaning to ask you guys for requests if any of you wanted, a specific team or whatever. You wanted the Bobcats to play against your favorite team or something. I'll look at those requests and definitely consider them. I just always forgot to ask about them and whatnot. So if you have any requests, make them known in the comment section down below. Alright, so that should do it for this video. Maybe not exactly what I necessarily wanted out of it, in terms of recruiting and whatnot. Didn't get a wide receiver. Hopefully this isn't going to be like year 4 where we win a bowl game and then we go into the next season, we're all excited, and then we go 3-9. Hopefully it isn't that bad. Hopefully we can even improve our record from last season. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you're not already subscribed, that would be very much appreciated, as would a like on the video. But until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.